Hello, this is Rick Datner with John Tamplin from Solutions in the Workplace. John's our IR expert, and we've been talking about unfair dismissal and the new industrial relations legislation. And John, I have to say, we've talked about the need to be precise in the way that we recruit people and be even more precise in the way that we terminate people. But surely there's got to be something better than that, and something in between that leads to a long-term good relationship.
Oh, there is, Rick. There's plenty of provisions, but the current system that's in place or going to be brought into place on the 1st of July has some holes in it in its process. But step back a moment. Under the Keating government, it brought in, changed the legislation to bring in microeconomic reform.
Yeah.
That is, agreements between the employer and the employee at the workplace. The Howard government brought that even further and made individual agreements available along with enterprise agreements. Those processes are still in place. In fact, both governments say the legislation is to facilitate the making of agreements, and yet the scope in an agreement with an employee is almost boundless.
I remember that there were a lot of claims by employers, like for instance in the mining industry, that this was going to bring down the mining industry in Australia. So I thought that they'd thrown out industrial agreements or workplace bargaining and so on.
No. In fact, all that's happened is that the individual agreements have been taken out, but that doesn't stop an employer having an enterprise agreement with all employees, and part of the terms of that enterprise agreement are we can reach agreement with individual employees. Now,
they're not going to let you do that though, are they?
Well, they've done it.
Okay.
And it's been passed. And those provisions are within the new legislation that's will be imposed in 2010 with the new award system. It will have facilitative clauses in it to do exactly that within awards.
So and this is what's coming under the Labor government?
Yeah.
So what's coming in 2010 should be okay for business?
Yeah, well, dependent upon how they use it. The problem is that they've placed where the no disadvantage test used to apply, and that was overall. The new test is the better off overall test, better than an award. So it has to be better than the award rather than over the broad scale of employment.
So in the short time that we've got, what should I be aiming towards doing?
Going back to what you said, the harmonious workplace is the issue, and you get more out of the people in that approach than you do by confrontation. However, again, even with the agreements, the evidentiary trail must be precise. So the agreement's being reached, the process is being reached, what you actually agree on must be done with great precision.
And so that's called a workplace agreement?
A workplace agreement.
So you heard it here. A workplace agreement is still de rigueur, is still valid, and is still something you should be looking at doing.
Yes.
John, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us about that again.
Pleasure.
We're here at the Edge. The Edgecliff Serviced Office is in Edgecliff, and you heard about industrial relations.